Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is NAR Outdoors. My name's John. And if you've been keeping track, a couple weeks ago I published a video about my opinion on a couple different flat flashlights on the market. One of the ones that I really didn't like was the EDC 27 by Nitecore, and a lot of feedback came through the comments where a lot of people really like it. Good, if it works for you, it works for you. There's some things I really don't like about it. But one of the comments was, hey, you should really try the EDC 25. It may fix your biggest issue with it. So I spent some of my own money, went out and purchased an EDC 25 so I can give you a good comparison of it. This is me unboxing it. So again, purchased my own money, got it, I think, directly from the manufacturer. And we have here the box. They did end up shoving a little extra piece of paper in the box. Pretty standard packaging, nothing special to it. You can see that it has the options of the strobe, which is something I really like. Standard packaging material. Pull this out. This is the brief instructions. There's some caution about you really should have it in lockout mode 2 if you're going to put it in your pocket or on belts to prevent accidental activation. Kind of weird. Like, I can't imagine how else you would have it on your person that you wouldn't be able to have it in lockout mode 2 per their instructions. But then it also talks about just a brief how to use it, everything from locking it, unlocking it, as well as how to customize the paddle button for strobe. So yeah, we'll put this away. Let's take a look at the box again. You've got on the left side specifications. So 300 lumens. That much candelabra, that distance, specifications. I'm not really a spec guy. These are more than I need, I'm certain. This side talks about accessories, nice little lanyard clip, USB-C charging cable, and then the battery's pretty big. That is nice. That is actually something I kind of care about. And then just the back, pretty standard stuff here, power indicators, brief once over what the light is. Comes out standard plastic clamshell kind of casing, has a lot of the stuff folded under it halfway. So you've got your USB-C cable, you've got a fairly nice little lanyard, and I will get back to this. It's got an extra piece of cord in it that's pretty cool, useful to get this in, to get it installed. So that's actually pretty nice. Got your standard kind of warranty card type stuff. Fill this out later maybe. Bigger, more complex instruction manual, and then the light itself. Pop this out real quick. And yeah, so this is it compared to the EDC 27. They're basically the same size. Not quite the same molds. You can see the screws line up in different spots, but they're basically the same in terms of the footprint and basic layout. I wouldn't say that one has a size advantage. I mean, they're pretty much the same. I'm not going to get out calipers to measure them, but functionally same size, same basic layout. Someone who has an EDC 27 is going to be very familiar with the EDC 25. I think the EDC 25 might be just a tiny bit lighter, but I'm not certain. I'll actually put this on a scale and then put some text up on the screen if it is. So anyway, let me get this charging. So I've got it charged up. I've played with it just a little bit off camera to familiarize myself with it. And let me talk first about the EDC 27 and what I don't like about it, because it'll make a lot more sense about what I say about this. So my biggest complaint about the EDC 27 is that the threshold for the turbo button between a half press and a full press is very, very shallow. It is a little bit harder to unlock and get into, but that's negligible. But for emergency tactical use, I really don't like that shallow nature, because when you're in a stressful situation, you lose fine motor control. And I actually just don't like strobe flashlights to begin with in general. So losing that fine motor control is gonna end up in just a complete button mash, which is gonna result in strobe. And I don't like that. That's not something that I'm gonna use. It's not the type of flashlight I want. If they had an option to turn this off, I would have turned it off, but I couldn't figure out how to do that. Build-wise, these two are great. This thing is built solidly. This is built solidly as well, so that's not the issue. It's mostly that turbo strobe button and how hard it is just to activate your turbo light without activating the strobe. So anyway, the EDC25 has a similar button setup with what they call a power button and a paddle button. So the paddle button is the strobe-like button. Let me back up a little bit so we can focus better. So to start off with, the light needs to be unlocked. To unlock, you do a half press followed by a press and hold. The blue lights come up, the power comes up, and then it is on the last saved light setting you had. To cycle between light settings, it's a half press, and then just turn off its press all the way down. This is still unlocked. If I want to lock it from this, I press and hold while it's on. Press and hold. One blink, single lock still allows the paddle button to work, but not the power button. So I'll press and unlock this one. And then while it's on, I'm going to press and hold. Lock one, keep holding, 2 flashes, lock 2. The paddle button doesn't work anymore. Press hold to unlock. We're on. It's on low. Again, half presses will cycle through and it saves whatever your last setting was. And then we'll just press to turn it off. Paddle button right now is just pure turbo light. Now, if I want to change the paddle button, I turn it on and I hold the paddle button while pressing the power button, clicking it. So hold, click, and now it's on strobe for the paddle button. Hold paddle button, click power button. Now it's on turbo. So my dexterity to activate just the power turbo isn't the same as it was with this, where I have to do a half press. I can button mash this paddle button and it will go on turbo. And that's gonna be a lot better for what I think is the use scenario for this. That makes this an actual useful tactical light. And I'm not gonna use it for that. My days of that are over. This is going to be an everyday carry. I'm mostly going to use it to look in dark spaces as a task light. So again, we're going to turn it off by doing a full press, and then I'm going to lock it to 1. So actually you turn it back on, and then press and hold, single blink, turbo button works, but this doesn't activate. I'm going to use this for a week as my daily carry, and I will get back to you on my thoughts. Now, I know a lot of you are real big fans of the EDC27. It's not for me. That's fine. Everybody has their own use case. Everybody has their own preferences. If I can get 500 subscribers, I will send this to someone who comments that they're interested in it. So look for my update in about a week. It might be 2. We'll see. I want to feel like I've used this enough. And then I also have some of the Roivans, the their flat style light like this coming in a couple weeks. So stay on the lookout for that as well. All right, take care, bye. Forgot I was gonna mention the accessories that come in here. So they give you this dark little piece of string because you're not gonna get this in that hole without it. What you're gonna do is loop through there, feed through the lanyard spot, pull this through, and then double back on itself. Now, I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to stick with the pocket clip. Pocket clip is definitely one of the strengths of this flashlight, but I'll hang on to it just in case something comes up.
No roar!